Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. Manchester United is going to host Arsenal at Old Trafford. This is not one of those new games or kind of games that everyone is not really unaware of. This is a very classical game. This is a game that is very known towards Arsenal fans and Manchester United fans. And this rivalry has been a reality ever since the mid to late 90s when Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson was going at it in a toss match, in a tug and war match. And this game is not really one of those games where Manchester United can afford to lose. But first, I want to preface my comments by saying Manchester United's legend, Naby Styles, he played for England. He won the World Cup with England in 1996. Not 1996, 1966. Well, 1996 is a significant year for me. And Naby Styles was he was one of the English players at the time that won the World Cup in 1966, and he played for Manchester United for a good time of his career at Manchester United, I believe. Hold on, I'm looking at it right now, and he passed at the age of 78. I will say this. I obviously haven't seen this guy played football or kicked a football, but most of all, what I can tell you is that before there was Under Herrera, before there was Sergio Busquets, before there was any holding defensive midfielder that had a degree of passing into their arsenal, pardon the pun, there was Naby Styles. Naby Styles was the kind of defensive midfielder based on the videos I've seen of him, which was very few, but when it came on to man marking, you could say that Naby Styles was the first pioneer where a lot of players that played the defensive midfield position would be in a situation to mark the player that they should be man marking. We think of Ander Herrera on at least two occasions man marking Eden Hazard. Hold on, when he was at Chelsea, and Naby Styles, in that time, Naby Styles was very notoriously known for man marking Eusebio. Eusebio was one of the best players in the mid 50s to the latter half of the 60s. Not to give a history class, but basically you have to understand that this guy is no Joe Schmo that was in a world class squad, and he was an average player in a world class squad. So he got recognition because he was in a situation with a lot of world class players. And that's not the case. The case is that this guy was actually world class in himself. In itself, he was different gravy. He was different gravy, and I mean, there were two instances where he marked Eusebio, not to get lengthy. He marked Eusebio when England was playing against England. Not England was playing against England. I wish that could happen. England was playing against Portugal. And when Manchester United was playing against Benfica, because Eusebio was the main man at Benfica. And so, yeah, he on those situations, Eusebio said it in his mouth. Eusebio said it in his mouth before he died. And it's unfortunate that he died and now Naby Styles is dead. But he said there is no other player that had man marked him to a T when he was in the game. No other player that actually man marked him. So this guy is not he's notoriously known for what he has done in the 60s. So I'm going to give at least 30 seconds, I don't want this to be long, just to recognize and reminisce the remembrance of Naby Styles at his time at Manchester United and at England. Almost. Okay. Manchester United will host Arsenal at home in the Premier League. This is not a Joe Schmo type of blow game. This is a game that has history, rivalry, and kind of faced it to it. And before I get into that, there are a few news that I need to lay out on the carpet. First of all, some of us were wondering, and like in awe, as in why Alex Tejas was not in the squad against RB Leipzig. Now it's been said that he's been diagnosed with the coronavirus. That's why he was that's why Ole had an excuse used to misuse him into the squad. So that's why he wasn't in the squad. He has coronavirus, at least based on what I'm seeing right here. And another thing is that some interesting comments by Ole. You said that the rivalry is not what it used to be, and I would agree wholeheartedly because both sides had a decline, a decline, um, a descending to a plane where it is where squads of both Arsenal and Manchester United has been average. Arsenal has been average ever since 2000. Well, they have been average since like the late 2000s. But if you want to take it to like a lower level, we're talking about probably 2012, 2013. Basically, when my man Robin van Persie left Arsenal in 2012, Manchester United has been average since 2012, although we won the league. Let's not forget that Manchester United was a poor squad. Yes, we had a world class striker in that of Robin van, but the squad was getting on its age. It was declining. It was waning. And speaking of waning, Wayne Rooney actually wanted to leave because you know he just thought that it wasn't ambitious. So anyway, as relates to the game against Arsenal and Manchester United, it is very important that Manchester United stick and stay with the formation against uh, the formation they displayed and played against RB Leipzig. Let us not try to change a pose at the late stages of the preparation of the game. Let us just stick with this formation because you're getting the best sides, the best of both sides with the 4-4-2 diamond formation. Because in this situation, you're having two strikers that one can drop back and one can go forward. You're having your number 10 that can spend time behind the number 9, and at that time you can have at least three midfielders that will be what the two will be the box to box, which would be Fred, Scott McTominay, or Donny van der Beek, and then you have your lone CDM, which is Matic, because he's a specialist. And you're having the best of both worlds when you have back and forth wing backs, not really wing backs, but full backs going back and forth. That is why Wan-Bissaka needs to improve and gain improvement in attacking. Alex Tejas is basically there, but there's some improvements. Nobody is on a world class stage as we speak. So Luke Shaw, Alex Tejas, the fullbacks need to give width because in a 4-4-2 diamond you don't have any wingers whatsoever. No, none whatsoever. So you need to be dependent on the reliance of the fullbacks. Now, as it relates to the formation, not the formation, but the players that will start in the formation, it's been said that Cavani will start, and that makes sense because Tony Martial he's been suspended because he beat slapped Eric Lamela from Tottenham, so that would make sense. So this is two situations right here. If Cavani and Rashford, because Rashford is definitely starting, if Cavani and Rashford starts, that means Mason Greenwood would have to come on in the second half. It's only two situations that relates to the formation, the forward formation. But before I get into that situation, let me just give some information on the starting level from the goalkeeper to the front man. So first in goal we have David De Gea. David De Gea has been on form and he's been informing us Manchester United fans that hey, I'm not I'm not dead as yet. As Undertaker would say against Kane in the 2010 World Series or something like that. He said, I am not dead yet. I am still the phenom. But anyway, I ain't gonna get into no WWE right now. But basically, David is basically saying, I'm not dead yet. I am still a world class goalkeeper. Do not forget who I am. Yes, there have been times I wanted to leave the club, but I want to say the club. I am still world class. I am not I am not a poor goalkeeper as yet. I'm getting there, but at this moment in time, I'm still a world class goalkeeper. Let's not forget that. And he's been in form ever since that Newcastle game. And ever since that Newcastle game, he's been gaining confidence. He's been gaining improvement, and that is where it will lead to the betterment, of him being a top class goalkeeper. So that is David in goal. At right back, we have Wan-Bissaka. He's been improving his game as well, gaining improvement, intelligence, confidence, and you can see that in the reliance through his game. So that is good. That's a good thing for Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Centre back. Last time I didn't even remember who was playing at right centre back, but Victor Lindelof, I believe, will start. Yeah, he will start along with Harry Maguire, Slabed as our captain. Yeah, and as left back, of course, it will be Luke Shaw because we cannot start a left back that is in the possession of the pathetic pandemic named coronavirus. So we can't start Alex there. So Luke Shaw will be having a residency as left back in the start level. Now in midfield, Matic as a centre defensive midfielder alone. Yeah, that is Matic's zone. That is where Matic, again, he's not a player that relies on pressing or oppressing the opposition. He waits for the opposition to come to him. Because again, he's at a stage on his blank book page where he cannot really cover that as quickly as he was back in his early 20s. Matic is getting on a bit. So Matic needs to play to his strengths. So we need him to cover and he can actually pass the ball. So with Matic at the CDM mid position, that will lead me to another situation of another center midfielder, which will be Fred. With that said, I think Scott McTominay is improvement. He hasn't been the same like last season, but I think there's a reason to that because we have different midfielders now, and we'll be playing with different formations: the double pivot, the three-man midfield, the four midfield diamond. I mean, whatever, bro. But yeah. So I believe Fred should be starting because with Fred gives us tenacity. He complements Matic as well as he would complement Scott McTominay. He complements Matic. Where Matic is lacking, Fred he compensates where Matic lacks. So with the pace and on the passing of Fred, he's going to complement Matic. And he can actually tackle as well and pass. And he has some sauce. I mean, he's not Brazilian for no reason. No, he's Brazilian for a reason. So with that being said, as the other hold on. I would like Donny van de Beek to start tomorrow. When is the game? Tomorrow Sunday. Well, whenever the game is starting, Donny van de Beek needs to be starting in this match. Preferably as a right center midfield. Right center midfielder. He needs to be starting as a right center midfielder. That's his bread and butter. That's his MO. That's his basic playground. That's his neck of the woods. That's where he's going to play his best game. And we need him to play a game so that he can gain confidence and experience in England. You cannot be getting experience from the bench. That's contrary to logical thinking. So Fred needs to play on the other side of the midfield diamond. That is the left center midfielder. Donny van de Beek right, Fred left. And with the other midfield left in the diamond is my man Bruno Fernandes as the number 10. There's a reason why Bruno Fernandes did not start against RB Leipzig. Because he was going to play against Arsenal. He was going to start against Arsenal. So against Arsenal, Bruno Fernandes is going to start as the number 10. Up top, Rashford is that downright definite. He's going to start because he's been on fire ever since. And it will be an injustice and a criminal act to not start Marcus Rashford. So Rashford up top with Edison Cavani. It's a big ask, but Edison Cavani needs to start. This man is getting paper per week. We don't need him to be a Falcao 2.0. We don't know. Cavani needs to be starting games. And Cavani has already gained experience by scoring a lot of goals throughout his career. And this should lead to a situation where he should be starting for Manchester United. My man doesn't have the number 7 just to be sitting on the bench and playing games into the calling cup and the FA. No, he needs to be starting in totality in all realms and rings of football competition. You cannot have the number 7 on the bench just sit up there and take residency and just being full of complacency. No, we do not need that. He needs to be starting games at least when Martial is out, whether it's out of form, suspended, or whatever. So Martial on the bench, but he won't be on the bench. Cavani and Rashford up top. That's the starting 11. So again, David De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, Matic, Fred, Danny Van de Beek, Bruno Fernandes, Marcus Rashford, and Edison Cavani. That's the starting level. Now, as relates to the opposition that's trying to make a transition into the top half of the table. I mean, Arsenal is just a joke, aren't they? But even in a few jokes, you have a few seriousness to it. But Arsenal is a funny side because I hear a few Arsenal fans saying, "We go win at Old Trafford." Man, Arsenal is the best, is a better team. They have a better regime, they have a better routine, and that will lead them to to a routine to get 3 points against a side that aren't as good as us. When was the last time Arsenal got 3 points at Old Trafford? When was the last time Old Trafford conceded 3 points from Arsenal? Hold on. Arsenal is a decent side. They have Aubameyang, they have Lacazette, but see, this is a problem. This is a problem, and this goes for other football clubs. But I ain't gonna get into that because it's not a football documentary. But as relates to players running out of their contract, it's best that we it's best to know that there are players that will purposely run down their contracts, and when they get a mega contract, because they were on form before the contract expired, but when they have before their contract expired, they had a desire to play very good football. Now when they get that mega contract, players start losing their motivation. They're like, well, shoot, I have 300k per week. What's my motivation to be banging goals against sides? What's my motivation? I'm getting paper per week. I'm getting most paper in a week than sure. I'm making more money than the president. So why should I be playing very good games when I'm beginning? That's basically Aubameyang's reality right now because he hasn't scored. I think I was conversing with Arsenal fan on Twitter. I think he has one goal in the Premier League already, and it's nearly November, the best month of the year. But what we need to remember is that Arsenal still have decent players, and they can actually get points if we allow them to get points, and that should never see the light of day. Arsenal has a very good, decent manager. They have decent players. They had a decent transfer season, and they're seeing that as a reason to get over on us. But it's on us to not allow that. Arsenal is a very good side. So as I wrap up, my prediction is that Manchester United. I know that video has been informed as of late, but there's something I just have to get straight. I don't think he's going to get a clean sheet. I think his cherry is going to get burst between the sticks. Whether Arsenal get a penalty or Arsenal get a tap in, I don't think Davide is going to get a clean sheet in this one. But Manchester United, it goes without saying, Manchester United go nick a goal. Whether it's off a big head or a big toe, however United get a goal. I think as related to the prediction, Manchester United 2. Again, you guys know what's up. Leave your predictions down below in the comment section. On the prediction, who you think will start for Manchester United? Yeah, just those two. And if you want to add on commentary in terms of the realms of football, leave the comments down below in the comment section. Again, do not try to interview me. I'll delete those comments like a quickness. So again, leave your prediction down below in the comment section and who you think will start for Manchester United. So back to my prediction. My prediction is 2-1 to Arsenal. Manchester United 3 points. I think Manchester United players are on a cloud nine right now, whether that is incentivized form, meaning that it's form. I mean, that's just me talking out the moment, but I think Manchester United has confidence, and that's where Manchester United need to use that as a reliance to play against Arsenal. We have confidence. Let us extract the confidence against Arsenal, please. Because I mean, if we can beat PSG, we didn't really have no strategy. We should be beating Arsenal. Arsenal has the tactical manager who was the mentee of the mentor of Pep Guardiola. So I mean, we should be beating Arsenal. We should be whooping Arsenal at last. So again, leave your comments down below in the comment section. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll show it to you guys in the match reaction. Man, I'm just so upbeat for the game because I'm Manchester United fan. And I'll show it to you guys in the next video podcast, which will be the match reaction after the game. Take care, peace.